Hello and welcome to another Insurance Times video interview, this time with Mike Bottle, Senior Vice President for Distribution and Strategy at Arch Insurance. Welcome, Mike. Thank you for coming in to talk to us. And congratulations to Arch for winning the Commercial Lines Insurer of the Year at the Insurance Times Awards and for winning 5 stars in our broker service survey.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, fantastic achievement. We were delighted to win the Commercial Lines Insurer of the Year. I think it's more so because it's recognised by the industry and the brokers, so that means an awful lot to us. And yeah, to pick up 5 stars in your survey again on commercial lines was great. I think we're the only insurer probably to retain that award. So yeah, I mean, that's at the heart of what we're offering. So we're delighted to receive that.
Absolutely. I mean, as you just mentioned, the fact that brokers themselves vote on that service is exceptional and a really massive achievement for Arch. And I think you're very well placed to answer a question about what that service really means. What is it about Arch that brokers have rated so highly in terms of service?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's critical for us. It's seen at the outset as a differentiator for us. So we're committed to making sure that we put the broker at the heart of everything we do. I think we look at it from 2 aspects. I think there's an approach to trading and there's a cultural aspect to this. So in terms of trading, I think we set out our stall very early on that this was all about trading how the broker wanted to trade. If they wanted access to our 10 regional offices to talk to underwriters, that's absolutely fine. If they wanted to trade digitally, we've got a division set up purely for that. And these days, it's almost a sort of a hybrid work in there, access to both. So we don't dictate, and I think that's landing really well with our brokers. I think it's also about making sure that when they do get through to an underwriter, that underwriter is empowered to make decisions, and we look at making quick decisions. We want to go through with the broker, the approach to the quote, what the broker's looking for, and give them the sort of a deadline as to when we're going to come back to them. So yeah, I think it's about being relentless around that service.
Okay, and relentless is a really good word. And you mentioned the kind of cultural impact of that service as well. Could you explain a little bit more about that cultural aspect?
Yeah, I think in terms of culture, I think it's everything we're doing, as I said, is broker focused, and I think we should never lose sight of the fact that that's what we're achieving or looking to achieve. But I think we have what we call internally the Arch experience, and we believe very strongly in that. And what I mean by that is, if you're a broker in the regions and you're talking to one of our offices, branch offices, or you're talking to our digital centre, the response you're going to get will be identical in terms of the willingness to talk to you about the risk, the expertise to talk about those tricky risks, the speed of service, and the outcomes. So it's all about, for the broker, being confident that however they need to access Arch, it's consistent.
Absolutely. And how have brokers responded to you, and how do you iterate the improvement in those services as well? Do you emphasise communication from the top down, or is there another aspect that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the secret is to make sure that we're constantly in touch with our brokers. I mean, I think we pay an awful lot of heed to broker surveys, but we're also in regular dialogue, so we're constantly challenging ourselves and asking the brokers to challenge us on what works for them and what's a critical issue for them at the moment.
Absolutely, a true working relationship.
Absolutely, and I think it is about collaboration, and I think a success for us is where we've got a broker that shares those values, and it's not a one-way street. So it's about the broker understanding what we're trying to achieve, our appetite, etc. But for us, just making sure that we understand what they're looking for.
Okay, absolutely. And I mean, you mentioned feedback and how you collect that as well, but how do you ensure that feedback is really dynamic and allowing you to constantly improve and iterate the improvements in those services that you're looking for?
Yeah, look, I think I use the word relentless. I think we're constantly working. We never sit on our laurels. We never accept that we've got it right. I think it has to evolve. And that can be anything around product development, appetite, clarification. But I just think it's the dialogue.